Welcome back. A few weeks ago, I made a video review of GothamChess.com, specifically the Carol Khan course, which you're looking at on your screen right now. And that turned out to be my most viewed video of all time, my first one to ever go over 2,000 views, which is a lot for a channel my size, pretty small channel. But just a few days after that video, I received an email that said, "Welcome to Chessly." I'd never heard of that, but I scrolled down the email and it said, "This is GothamChess's or Levi Rosman's new website where those courses are being migrated." And it said to go there and migrate your courses. So I did, and now I'm going to do a review of that website. If you're interested, stick with me. Okay, so you have seen GothamChess.com here. Chessly looks like this, which first thing you notice out of the box, it's dark, whereas the other one was very bright. And there's this large bluish purple box at the top says, "Are you a GothamChess.com user?" Interestingly, there's no hyphen there in that web address, although GothamChess.com does have a hyphen there in the middle. Anyway, it says you can migrate your courses to Chessly. And I did that, but the box is still there. So you can see that I have migrated the two courses. So I don't know how to get rid of that box. I'm going to try to get rid of that box by clicking Get Started. Okay, it says to type in my email address. I'm going to pause this recording and see if that works. Okay, I entered my email address and it says those courses have already been migrated. So right now there is no way to get rid of this big purplish bluish box. I will remove my title and you can see there is no X to click on to remove the box. So that's a little bit of an irritation. Okay, but I do like the dark mode. There is a settings bar down here at the lower left. If I click that, it does not give us a choice of light mode, which is fine with me. I always prefer dark mode. But for those of you who do prefer a bright website, it looks like you don't have a choice. You can, however, customize the way that the chessboard is going to look. You can change the default for the last move color. You can change the board, looks like from default, which is brown and tan, to gray, which is gray and tan, or gray and sandy color. You can change the pieces from default to, looks like there's a Lichess choice and a chess.com choice. Well, of those two, I prefer the chess.com choice, but as we know, both chess.com and Lichess have lots of options for piece shapes. But anyway, there is the legal moves color. It's either default or none. I will leave it on default and save. Okay, and then we will go to home where the big purple box is. Okay, it lists the courses, the two courses that I have enrolled in. And here it shows how much I have completed. This 2% is because I tried recording this video before when I first looked at the site. But I had completed 88% on the other site. So that's one thing, is it does not remember your progress from the previous site. That might mean that these are different, there's different content. So let's click on the Carol Khan course and see what it shows up. Okay, it shows a bright logo here for the Carol Khan course, which as we know is C6 as a response to White's E4. It says all levels can learn this. The stage of the game is opening, playing with the black pieces. And I can choose continue, or I can scroll through the chapters. There's chapter 1, Advanced Caro, move 4 sidelines. Chapter 2, Advanced Caro, weapon 1, knight to C6. Chapter 3, Advanced Caro, and so on. There are, as I scroll down, 13 chapters. And each chapter has a little drop-down arrow here that if you click it, it will open up the subunits, or whatever you want to call them, sections of the chapter 1. The first is study. Now on the other site, GothamChess.com, there were just videos and a PGN file. So this looks like there is more content here than before. And you can see that there are 2 check marks here showing that I looked at these. And I looked at these while I previously tried to record this video. But I will do this again, click on study. And this starts off with, again, to remove my title. You can see that there is text there, and I will also remove my camera view momentarily so you can read the full text on the right side of the screen. And then I will put my title and camera view back. And so you can play the next button and it will show each move of the opening and explain it here in the text box, which is again behind my title. And on the board, you can see that we are setting up. And here I know that Gotham Chess suggests playing c5 rather than bishop to f5. So that's what he does, and he says why, and so on. I'm going to shrink my camera view just a little bit because you don't need to see my handsome face right now, but you might want to see the full board that's on the screen. So how about that? All right. Anyway, I find this very helpful, showing what white's ideas are, showing what black's ideas are. And over on the left is the move order. Again, this was something that was not included in the Caro-Kann course on GothamChess.com. All these move orders were included in the PGN file, Portable Game Notation, which you could download after you had bought the course and put into a PGN reader to study, or just open in a text editor if you're pretty good at visualizing moves based on the notation. Okay, I don't know if next is going to take us to the next lesson or the next section or the next chapter, but let's click it and find out. Okay, it has taken us to the video 1, which I believe it was the next section of chapter 1. Now, I am going to listen just for a second.
Welcome to the first study in the first chapter of our Caro-Kann repertoire here on Chessly.
He did say that welcome to the first video of the Caro-Kann course on Chessly. So this is new content because the video on GothamChess.com did not say that. So he has recorded entirely new videos, including the move list order here. And this video is looks like about 8 minutes long. So that's about the same, I think, as the first video on the other site. Okay, and that little hamburger menu takes us to the different chapters, just like we saw on the course page. I'm just going to click course page here to go back. Okay, so back to these sections. If that first video was newly recorded, I'm just going to go ahead and assume that the other videos are newly recorded. And in between them, there are studies. There's study 2, C4 central aggression, knight to F3. Then there are drills. I don't know what drills are, so let's click on the first drill and see what that does. Okay, it says let's practice our Caro. You can click on a hint or a solution, but I know that the first move is C6, so let's play that. And okay, white has taken the center. We know that the second move is D5. Let's see how long it takes me to get it wrong. Okay, here I know that Gotham Chess recommends C5, whereas I've been playing bishop to F5. Okay, white builds the chain, the most popular move. Okay, I can't remember here if he wants us to play knight to C6 or now get the bishop out. I think now we get the bishop out. Let's try that. Oh, that was incorrect. Okay, well, we can try again. And was it knight to C6? Okay, it was knight to C6 is what he wanted me to play at that point. Well, now it's been pinned. Okay, do we leave it there? I don't know. Do we take the queen over here, or do we get the bishop out now? Let's try getting the bishop out. Here. Okay, that was incorrect. I'm going to click the hint. Okay, it did want us to bring the queen. Does it want it to go all the way there or just here? Okay, try again. Let's go all the way here. No, all the way out. Okay, he wanted us to move the queen all the way out, and now the knight gets taken here. I'm pretty sure we need to take with the pawn. Okay, and it goes on. So I'm going to go back to the course page, and this video is a little bit like an unboxing, I guess, or is rather than a full review, since I have not gone through the entire course on this site myself. Just kind of taking you through it with me. Okay, there are several drills here. It looks like 6 drills in chapter 1. Let's close chapter 1 and look at chapter 2. Okay, in chapter 2, there are 1, 2, 3 videos, 1, 2, 3, 4 studies, and 10 drills. So the drills and the studies were not things that were included on the other site. So this is extra content, as well as at least some of the videos having been re-recorded. So I'm going to say that there is more content here. One thing I cannot find by opening all of these chapters, and I actually spent some time doing this when I first tried to record this video and made some mistakes. I did not find the PGN file. So either it's here and I can't find it, which is possible, or it's not included with this version of the course as it was on the other website. I think I mentioned in my review of the Gotham Chess Caro-Kann course that I didn't find the PGN file as helpful as some people might find it. So that's not a big deal to me, but it might be a big deal to you if you're into studying PGN files. So what I can say so far is that I like the design of this site better. It looks more modern, more advanced. I like the dark look of it. Oh, in case you did not see it, here behind my camera view, which I will slide out of the way, there is a picture of the creator, or the instructor as it says, International Master Levi Rosman, I am Gotham Chess. Of course, we want to see my handsome face instead, so I will leave it there. Back to what I was saying, I like the design of this site better, but that's going to be subjective. Whereas on the previous course, get ready for the bright screen, all the videos were down the side. Each one of these that says chapter, that's just a link to a new video page when you click it. And then the PGN file was here at the top. On the new site, there are all the sub-chapters or sub-items underneath each chapter. There's a check mark showing that you've completed. You can also drill shuffle, which I have not tried. If I click start, I assume it's just going to give me those drills, but in a different order, which I think will come in pretty handy once I start going through this course. Here, if we click on the home button, it shows both our courses next to each other. It shows how much you've completed of each one. Over on the side, let's see, courses. Okay, this is all the courses that have been migrated to Chessly, which is just the word chess with an L and a Y.com. And it does list the prices, United States dollars 64 for all 5 courses that have been migrated here. So now you know what is currently being charged for each of these opening courses. Okay, you can choose, looks like any level, beginner, intermediate, advanced, or prodigy. Any stage, opening, middle game, and end game. That's interesting. That leads me to believe that there might be other courses on the way, because all of these courses so far have been opening courses, but it's possible that there might be middle game or end game courses on the way. And of course you can choose or sort these by white and black. Okay, back to the home page, back to the Caro-Kann page. One other thing I noticed about this site compared to the other one is it looks like it might be better set up for a mobile device. Whereas the other site, I did not try it on my phone, but I did try it on my tablet. And it worked okay there, but some portions of the screen I had to zoom in with the pinch zoom with your fingers in order to read it on my mobile browser. And my tablet screen is, 10 inches wide. But this looks like it might be better designed for a phone. Of course, it wouldn't be quite so wide, but the little tap to open up each chapter and then being able to scroll through those. Even the design of the study page and the drill page looks like it might be useful on a mobile device. I don't know how that design would have worked. Here, maybe the moves will be slid underneath the board if you're holding your phone vertically. But again, I haven't tried that. I'm just thinking that may be one reason for this complete redesign. One other thing I thought, why would somebody who has a relatively successful website create an entirely different website with a new domain name and so on? The only thing that I could really think of was that it's divorced from the personal name. Whereas Gotham Chess is the brand name of a specific person, Chessly is, I guess, less associated with a specific person, despite his face still being on the site. That's easy to change. And with a couple of big companies, chess companies, lately buying up a lot of chess properties, I had a slight suspicion momentarily that maybe that was the idea here. If you remove your personal name from the web address and now it's just chessly.com, maybe it's more likely that this website or this property would be purchased by one of those bigger companies in the future. Again, I don't know if that's what the plan was. That's just something that entered my mind. For example, if I created a website that's shanfry.com, my personal name, and then talk about my chess experiences or try to teach chess, that would be much more difficult to sell in the future because it's my name. But if I made a website called Random Chess Person, now that probably wouldn't sell either, but you know what I mean. It's not associated with me specifically. or doesn't have to be. And I think that might be part of it here. Overall, I'm impressed. Again, as you can see from my homepage, I have not gone through all of the lessons on this site. I'm going to, because I do want to get better at the Caro-Kann, and it looks like this content has been more recently recorded with the drills and studies added in. I don't know how to get rid of this box. As I mentioned at the beginning, that's a little irritating because you have to scroll down past it to get to your stuff. There is a give feedback button down at the bottom, which does not quite show up on your screen. I'm going to use that and suggest putting an X on that big bluish purple box up there so I can get rid of it. My judgment is that this site is better than the previous one for the most part. But I do thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.